Hey everyone, I'm going to be doing another review tonight, second one of the weekend. This is my V3 shared stunt Luke Skywalker lightsaber from Return of the Jedi. This is Rudy Pando's from the RPF, his run, and also known as Spirit of Obi-Wan. This is from his first run back in, I think the run started in 2016, October, November 2016, sign-up started, and this came to me in April, I believe, of 2017. The first run was a 3/4 inch for the emitter, which I believe is accurate to the prop itself. This is the lightsaber that went up into space, and I think Rudy went to great lengths to get this as detailed as he possibly could. As you can see, we have just about all the set screws that are in place. There are multiple holes inside on the Graflex clamp. The grip section has the uneven rings. Now yes, the neck is copper, which I love. I think that's fantastic. But I believe the prop might have had, it was either, I think there's been talks about there was either like a copper tape or it was a foil tape and it was painted copper. That's been debated in the forums a little bit. So I'm actually happy that he went with this. I did see some guys take the neck and they put tape on it. They did the foil work and put copper paint on there to make it a little more accurate to some of the screenshots that are out there. I've seen some people take the aluminum tape and they put it around the emitter, around the clamp, and even somewhere around, I think, the booster or pommel section to make, again, that more accurate to some of the photos that are out there. The reason why it's called a shared stunt is because this was taken from one of Alec Guinness's, Obi-Wan's lightsabers from A New Hope, and they kind of redressed it a little bit and used it for a couple of scenes that Luke got to use it for in Return of the Jedi, I believe. The most use that this gets is in the throne room in Return of the Jedi, if I'm not mistaken. They've done a lot of, with the Blu-ray nowadays, the clarity that you could see it at, you can definitely see certain parts of that movie. It's the V2 typically, but then also the V3 gets in there as well. So I was kind of just going to do a top to bottom emitter all the way down to the pommel, just like I did for the Roman Props V4. And just wanted to show you that this is a lightsaber made for electronics. It's all hollow inside, although it is very accurate to the point where if you just wanted to leave it static, you could as well. I know some guys on the RPF forums planned on just doing that and leaving it static, but as you can see, Rudy went to great lengths to make this a very install-friendly saber, and I'm going to go through all of that with you guys. So, first things first, we can take the pommel cap off. Now, one of the best things I thought Rudy did with this was he put a set screw in the threading for the blade retention. I love that because you can't see it when the cap is on. The cap threads beautifully. It doesn't get held up at all. Sorry, that's a clamp guard that just keeps on sliding out right now because I don't have anything there to really hold it in. But when the cap gets on there, it slides nicely. Nothing gets caught or anything like that in the threading. So I was very happy with that design choice. Also, the emitter itself comes off. And all of these retention screws that you see all dig into some other portion on the saber. So you can see here this little cutout in the copper neck. So again, it locks everything into place. And inside here, you can see this is where you can house your LED. Okay, this is the heatsink, basically. All you need is the LED and the lens, and maybe a double-sided star for underneath the LED itself. Copper neck comes off, And again, you will see the retention area in here, where the neck secures onto the ring section, the rib section. Now the rib section opens up very similar to the way the KR does. And now, last but not least, the pommel comes off. Now as you can see, the pommel is clean on the bottom. No sound venting at all. So like I said, you can keep this as a static prop and it would look fantastic sitting up on your stand. The one thing I want to show you here is that Rudy's thoughts went into the electronics and how this was going to get done. So I'm hoping you guys can see a little sound venting in there, as well as on the other side, those two slits. My guess, Goth is going to be, Rick is supposed to be doing a chassis for this at some point in time, and I'm really hoping he does a crystal reveal. And that chassis most likely will be similar, my guess, to the design of the Solos Hold V2, where, again, he had also venting through the clamp, and not the pommel. Again, the pommel was closed off, no sound venting holes over there. So my guess is it's going to be the same thing with this, and I think that's going to look fantastic. He usually does a great job, and I'm looking forward to seeing a master chassis with this. The clamp was done by Roman Props. Now, I know he supplied the clamps. I'm not sure if he actually drilled the holes also. I think Rudy might have had these drilled after the fact, once they arrived. So I'm not 100% sure who actually did them, but Roman's clamps are fantastic. This looks great. Again, he does great work. The tabs are filed down on the Graflex clamp. So on the Solos Hold V2, if anyone had that and saw that the way that the design was done, you left one of them you shaved down, the other one you actually left the little tab sticking out to kind of lock into place. This doesn't have that. Both of them are shaved down, but I mean it's on there pretty good. That's not moving at all. Let's see. Oh, this is a sloth furnace. His card here. So eventually, I mean, the only thing is that this slides in and out, but eventually once there's tactile switches underneath here, that's going to hold that pretty tight, and that's not really going to move once that's all said and done. So with that, let me just start putting everything back together. My plan with this is I am going to do a tri-cree with this. I don't think I'm going to do NeoPixel. This isn't something that I plan on doing I'm not going to be doing any dueling with this, I don't think. This is just going to pretty much be for fun. Maybe I'll swing it around a little bit, have some fun with my kids, but I don't plan on really doing anything too crazy with this. So I'm thinking tri-cree, I'm thinking green, lime, and red. The couple of sabers I've had for Luke for Return of the Jedi, I have a Vader's Vaults Hero, and I have a Solos Hold V2. Both of those sabers I've done a green, white for the tri-cree, and it looks nice. I really enjoy it and I love it, but over the recent months I've seen more people doing a green and lime color for the blade, and I actually love it. I think that's very, very screen accurate. That's what I plan on doing going forward for any of my Luke sabers that I'm going to do a tri-cree with. So I think I'm going to do a green lime, but I'm going to do a red for the third color, and I think combining the red with the green can give me a nice yellowish amber flash on clash, and even mixing a lime in there a little bit too could be really interesting with the color combination. So I think that's pretty much what I'm going to be going with this saber in here. I love the fact that Rudy got in the uneven rings. The anodizing on this is fantastic, very clean, nicely done. Everything looks great. There really aren't too many, to my knowledge, the only other maker right now that did an uneven ring FX saber, I think RBK Customs just came out with their V2, and that's made for electronics. and I believe that comes bare aluminum. I think originally you could have gotten a paint job done with them as an option, but I think now they just sell the bare aluminum, and you have to do all the weathering yourself. But other than that, the Vader's Vault, Evolution Arms Hero, KR Sabers Hero, even Solo's Vault V2, they had all even rings on all of their sabers, and I really like the fact that that Rudy went to lengths to do the uneven rings in this. I've said before on some of my videos, I'm a little bit of a stickler when it comes to that type of accuracy, so I'm actually very happy to see this. I've heard that Anakin the Star Killer on the RPF is going to be doing a run of V2s, and what's special about this is that even though this is his third run of V2s, this is actually going to be made hollow for electronics. And anybody who's had his sabers in the past know that he is a very, very stickler when it comes to movie accuracy. And I believe this might even be the most accurate V2 yet that's coming out. And I definitely plan on getting in on that run. And as soon as something like that comes in, you guys know I'll end up doing a review for everyone so they can see it and check it out. And that's something also that most likely I'll be doing an install on. But what I actually loved about Rudy's second run that he did this past August was he went back and did a second run of the V3 and did a 7/8 inch blade model instead of a 3/4 inch. Everything else was the same except the emitter itself was a 7/8. So I messaged Rudy when he was going to be doing it, and I asked him if it was possible to get a 7/8 inch, just the emitter, so that I could switch them out, and he was very nice enough to let me do that. And now I can have the 3/4 inch when I'm doing a display, and if I want to put a blade in, I can do a 7/8 inch right here, and all I have to do is just switch out the emitter, and everything else is exactly the same. So I'm actually very, very happy and gracious and appreciative that he let me do that. The other thing I brought out was my Solo's Vault V2. Because again, this was also a Obi-Wan stunt that they grabbed and gave to Luke to use in Return of the Jedi. So, as you guys can see, other than my clamp card that keeps falling out, these guys are very similar in size, as they should be. I love both of these hilts. I love all of the Luke sabers from Return of the Jedi, all the hilts that he comes up with, even the Yuma. Some people, I've seen a couple of Yumas out there by people. No one's done really major runs, not to my knowledge anyway, recently. But I wouldn't be surprised with Luke being in The Last Jedi and all these people that are doing these runs right now of Luke sabers, if that would come up at some point in time. But I just wanted to show some size comparisons if people were wondering what it actually looks like. As far as I know, like I said, I think Rudy's going to be done doing the V3s right now. I don't know if he's going to be doing a third run or not, but if you guys get an opportunity to pick this up, if you see it out on the forums and you're a Return of the Jedi fan, I highly recommend getting this. It's a very well made saber. He has attention to detail, very install friendly. I don't really have any negatives to say about this. I really don't. I was happy that he did the 7/8 inch adapter. I think that's going to definitely be for people that like electronics. Much more friendly. I'm not a huge fan of 3/4 inch blades. Never used one. I just know that they're very, very small, and not too many people use them. So if I was going to swing around a 3/4 against a 7/8 inch or a 1 inch, that's not going to really be too much fun, I don't think, for too long. So I'm happy that I have the 7/8 inch emitter that I can switch on when I want. And I've seen a couple of these on the RPF forums and in the lightsaber groups go up every now and then. If you want to grab one, I highly suggest doing it. I think these are great, and I know they're limited in number. And I think that's really about it, guys. I'm excited to get this done. This is definitely on the queue. This is coming down the pipe eventually. I'm waiting to see what's going on with some of the new soundboards that are out there that I'm not sure which one I'm going to use yet, if I'm going to stick with a Crystal Focus version 9 or if I'm going to use either a Teensy Saber or War Sabers, one of those boards that are going to be coming, that are out right now. A lot of really nice videos that are out there showing off some of these smooth swings, these dynamic swings that seem very natural and just like a saber should, like right out of the film. So that's something that I'm really looking forward to over the next couple of months and seeing what develops. I feel like I don't have to get one right away because Goth hasn't put a chassis out yet, so I've got some time before I really need to worry about which board I'm going to be purchasing for this. But like I said, really enjoy this. I think it's a great hilt, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have any questions, please leave them down at the bottom, and I will see you guys again soon. All right? Thanks so much, guys. Have a great night.